is don't worry about what they give you, because what they give you is usually crap. So paint what you can, and just find something maybe in the thing, and they'll think you're a god because you took this really bad photo and made this gorgeous painting out of it. And that's what I usually do.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah.
I do. But
hey, I'm coming in December. I hope you're going to get a good group.
Yeah, I got it pretty much almost filled out already. It's crazy, to everybody come. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be.
Yeah. And while you're there, if you want, I don't know if you want me to bring your calendar.
I will.
Fancy schmancy calendar.
I hate for you to have to bring them. So, I can just pick it up at your house sometime.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show everybody this beautiful calendar.
That is gorgeous.
I love that layout. That's great.
And the back. Oh my God. And then you open it up and you get the big paintings. Look at that calendar.
January.
All the holidays are in there. I even put in some of my own favorite holidays in there. So you might
Wisconsin Dairy Days. Wisconsin Dairy Days.
Wisconsin Dairy Days are all over there, and the state fair. But please.
Gosh. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I'm going to order one.
I just got only one, but they just came in today or yesterday, and I've just been starting to send out the first pack to people today. So
it's going to go into extra printings.
It's okay. It'll be fine. The place I go it's right in Minnesota, so they're pretty quick. So quick turnaround. Anyway, they did a great job. But hey, we painted fun yet last week. You guys kicked some butt on this last painting. I was not surprised, but I was very happy to see how you guys took on this farm, or kind of ranch. You guys did a real nice number on it. Really good, solid paintings. I mean, Lynette, I really liked how yours came out. Everybody, Kim did well. So did Kathleen. There's a couple other wranglers out there too. Did really super work on this.
Lisa's was so cool.
Well, Lisa's not here, so we don't have to say anything nice about
her. Oh, jeez.
So
Lisa just emailed me. No, she didn't email me.
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, Jim texted it to me. Then I found it. I don't know. It always goes to junk.
She's here. She's here.
I'm junk. I
know.
Junk.
But we were just mentioning, Lisa's was just okay, and everybody else did really, really well.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with that. I think you guys, just taking getting some winners like that really help you build your confidence into taking on other tougher paintings and stuff. So here we go. We're gonna. Oh, here's my. You see my horse. You can see my horse, of course.
Right now. That's wonderful.
So you guys did. Just hit
the
chicken. Yeah, I know you guys all chickens.
And that's just a 12 by 16.
Yeah, it's just a 12 by 16. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be on my Christmas site too, with my bull and stuff. The dog one won't be. The dog one's going to go into a show, so going to probably. I'll save it for a small work show. I only don't do too many small paintings anymore. Now everything I got to do is kind of big. Today's so from horses to chickens for you guys. A little bit sort of the same thing. It has a little bit of a background to it again. It's simple background, nothing that's going to get in the way of the chicken story. And of course, chicken here, he has a little bit of attitude, right? A little attitude to it, a little open beak, a little, little frown type thing looking at it. It's always kind of fun to do. We'll see if we can get that in there. Sometimes that's the kind of stuff that you either nail really quick or takes you forever to get in. So we'll find out by the end of class. Very simple. We're going to start off with the background, work our way to the main bird. Maybe if we have time, I always like showing you guys how to put in this will show you guys how to put in a chicken reel and how we can put in a couple fake chickens in the background for distance, create some more extra distance. Could be fun. Let's just have some fun with it. If not, so
Are we putting all these other back ends of chickens in?
I don't know. That's up to you.
All those chicken butts.
Yeah,
Big
it's like
chicken butts, little chicken butts.
bottoms.
You know,
Chicken bums.
I'm not deciding that. I'm not. I'll see. I'm not going to pay much attention to them because I just kind of gang them together and just kind of, make them feel like a lot without me doing a ton of work. Yeah, I'll probably put them all in, and I'm going to put some little ones in the back too.
What if we put those further back and just?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I would love to see you try that.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be good. I think you could handle it. Let me see if I can have the photo here or not.
Well, I want some little chickens in the back. I like that idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I do too. Chickens in the back.
Chicken in the back. That's a song. That was a song, wasn't it?
Oh my
Chicken in the
God.
back. I'm sorry. Got to pull this photo up again. Oh, that one's not going to work. Got to go to my sent file here. Come on. But yeah, maybe some, you can make them smaller. I'm not going to worry about it. You can do whatever you want. I take it. Making them small might be really good. I just haven't had a chance to look at it very hard.
There's a cat on the screen.
Okay, we're going to do the cat. I shut off my video, huh? Okay. I just had to get that photo there. I'm not going to be painting mine very big. I'm going to be just doing a little 12 by 16 on a clean canvas, of course. So this is on more of a 12 by or 20 by 16 pro proportions. So it's just a little bit wider. So even with mine, if I'm going to take off anything, I'll be taking it off of the back end over here probably, or, you could take these guys and probably shrink them back and move them back in here. But up back in here, I was thinking maybe you could add a couple chickens back in there too, just to get you back there too, because this is a kind of a big area down in the middle of the painting that really doesn't have anything in it. It's just green. But it'd be perfect for, a chicken here and a chicken there, and just to drive you around back and bring you back around. Get the background to play with us a little bit. Even put one in the sunshine back in here and a couple in the shade. How about a fox coming in over here? So you could have a lot of fun. Chicken hawks.
I like the fox idea, or a coyote.
Oh, coyote. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, then we just have a dead chicken here. Coyote running off. So, sorry. Get carried away very quickly. Okay, okay, but looking at this, of course, the chicken is a little bit in the center. He's a little bit. He is a little bit pushed that way a little bit, so he's a little bit off center. But the big thing is his head is off center. You can have something that feels like it's centered like this, but as long as that head is the focus of the painting, is really going to be more the head than the white here. I mean, the white does stand out, but really everything will end up driving towards the chicken's head. So it is off center. Yeah, we were just mentioning about, you can make these guys smaller if you want. That's fine. That's a good idea. I'll see what happens. One of the big things, little things I'll be looking at fixing and stuff is this tangent right here, where that the black tail of this one chicken and the white tail line up perfectly, and you kind of you look like, does that tail go behind that black tail, or does it come in front of that black tail? That's the thing. It's supposed to come in front, but it lines up with a line like this. Oops, sorry. Like that. Looks like you can't tell. So it looks like it could go either way. That's what you don't want in the painting. You don't want to give that. So it's a simple little thing of just bringing that out a little bit. Boom. And all of a sudden it makes sense. Maybe, since you get, if you have to bring that guy back. But if you're making them smaller too, just make sure you don't have end up with a tangent in the middle of your painting. So think about that. Attitude, like I said, looking at this guy. Yeah, we can see an eyeball. Usually the chickens I've painted before, we've all been just a little bit smaller, or, not enough, and they already have small heads. So it's trying to get any details that make sense, you can pull out of there. Sometimes, just don't have any room for it. But on this one, where, it's going to be a lot more about the beak being open, trying to catch that being open, and the eyeball, of course, and the eye, and the iris around it nice and clean. That should work out. These guys aren't too pretty. We can always make those guys just stand out a little bit roughlier, so they stand out a little bit cleaner. That's what I would do. Let's see, other things. Let me bring it back down. He's a little speckled. That'll be fun. He is white. He is a white, kind of a basic white thing, and but there's a lot of color in there. So painting feathers is a lot like painting fur. You still got to get the underpainting in underneath. You got to get that stuff to be underneath, so it plays well with the topping colors. And blends in and mixes. It just does so much work for you. It makes, the painting just come to life. So look at, you got greens. You see the greens over here. See the greens and purples. You get a lot more purples, and and then it starts to warm up on the top here. You can start seeing the yellows come through on the pinks. Those are pinks. Warm pinks coming through. And then every once in a while, you're going to get some yellows. Probably save the yellowish warms for around the head, just because we want that head to stand out a little bit. So, don't use all your strongest colors back on a tail feather. That's not going to help you help the painting. Use it for in the face, where it's going to have some more around the neck, just something to help make that head pop. The grass behind it was also going to be happy. You notice that little lighter green patch, sun patch coming through here. That's also a nice feature. I added that. And a little bit more warmth underneath. But then we got, like you said, back in here, we just got a little dead area. So we got to find a few placement of groups of chickens, two together, one farther apart type thing, and you can get a few back in here. They'll come so easily. We can make black chickens. We'll make some brown ones. We'll make a couple different do a rooster. Who knows? Depends how much time we have, right? But otherwise, let's see everything else. The background greens, you can see it. We want to keep that, subdued a little bit too. We don't want that green line going across the top third of the painting to be too strong. So always watch that. It's going to have a little bit of sky into it. To gray it down. It's going to look probably a lot like this one right here by his head, but then just some of the sky will be going into a lot of that stuff back there, trying to create some distance. So we have a little bit of landscapeness involved. I might do a few little things just talking about it. We do have, like I said, a straight line going across the painting back there, kind of separates it out. You don't really need it to be that straight. You want to use it as more of a pointer around the painting. Instead of just giving it this, maybe if you give it just a little bit of an angle, it'll become a point, and then you can probably get us to come back here, feed it back into here. They'll give us, that's another way to drive the painting a little bit, just to make it a little bit better.
Hey,
Back there,
James,
compositioning. What?
is
Yes.
that tree in the middle? Is that something that you shouldn't have, or is that all right?
It's okay to, you do need quiet areas for your paintings. That's what you did so well on this last painting. You had quiet areas. You didn't have just brush stroke after brush stroke. You have to have areas that are clean and just quiet. So everything breathes a little bit. So it's not too chaotic from one spot to another. And it helps separate out the painting too a little bit. So yeah, I would say you don't have to have quite as much as there. That's why I was just kind of cutting into it.
Oh,
If you
okay.
take this yellow here and just make it just a little bit wider, maybe making it more of an angle than a straight across thing, that will give you some speed to the painting. And they'll be just going to help break it up, because when you have too many things going horizontal like that, they are slow, but it does kind of go with the painting of, just the idea of the painting of the chickens being slow and methodical type thing. But just a little bit of energy is good too.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do. That's my big fix right there. That's what you guys came for. I'll be here all week. All right. So that's about it. Any other questions? All right, chicken time.
This is going to be the most beautiful chicken ever, right?
We're going to hit this chicken so hard, Colonel Sanders would want it. It's going to be, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, let's head over to our palette, and I got to get rid of this. 1 second. There we go. Beautiful palette. Look at that palette. Let me straighten that around. All right. A regular palette, nothing new. That's the way it goes. That's the way you're supposed to do. You get your colors, you kind of set on them, you know how they're going to react all the time. So you're not always chasing things. You can work within that creative bowl you made, and just make beautiful things out of it. That's all I ever do. Titanium white. I got cad yellow out, cad yellow light. This is cad medium next to it. I can use either one. They're both, difference isn't too big. This is cad red light, cad orange, orange ochre. This is, but regular ochre is fine. I'll be mixing up my own regular ochre. I just don't have it. Ow. This is a great dog color. Oxide red light, alizarin crimson or rose madder deep, if you are a Rembrandt guy. Cobalt blue hue, phthalo green on the blue shade. This is transparent oxide up here, or burnt sienna. You can have either one. Over here, I just have a little bit of red, cool red for it came from a oxide red here, which I'll probably be toning the canvas with. Big brushes, big ideas. I got some synthetics that are going to come in handy. And then bristles. These bristles probably end up doing a lot of the feather work, or a lot of gobbings of paint and stuff. They're nice for that. They'll be really good probably in the grass too, for getting a texture underneath the bird and things like that. So we are ready to go. Gonna try to come up with some unique mixes. You know, don't always be willing to experiment. You know, try something else with phthalo green. So like phthalo green. So we are going to start off then with blue. Then, just because I said that, I'm going to start off with blue. And I'm looking at the feathers and things like that. And I want to get in these guys over here. This is going to make up a kind of a rich kind of underneath color, which I can use underneath this grass too, besides painting these birds. So it's going to work a few ways. I'm just going with this warm oxide red, transparent oxide, which is like burnt sienna. Because I'm looking for a warm brown that I can put in these things that will also, when it gets layered with some white into it, will get into this bird. And I think it'll be fun. So one on the brown side, one on the blue side. That went right down the middle. That's pretty good. I might add just a little bit of blue. I'm going to save a piece of that because it looks like it came down really nicely on the middle, which is these will make some beautiful grays. So that's what I'm making. If you do go throw one down the middle, that's becomes like a really good mix of gray. You can't tell if it's, warm brown, gray or blue. It's good. A couple other colors with the blue. I only have a little bit of blue left. Did not put out blue because I didn't think about how much I was going to use much blue. I just decided right now I'm going to go blue. I'm also going to go green, but I'm going to go blue. So this is oxide red light and blue. One on the blue side, reddish blue side.
Sorry, Jim, what were the first two? I thought that was Oxford.
That was transparent oxide.
This is Oxford. Okay.
This is the oxide red light. Get it right. No more goofing off. Looks like I'm going to have to use up all my blue, so I am out of blue unless I want to go pull some out, which isn't too bad. I'll be okay. So there's, you got some blues. Those are going to be really nice. Phthalo green, then everything else is going to be phthalo green and alizarin. How'd you guys know that was coming? I don't know. I just like it because it does so many different little things, because besides being a cool purple, a grayish kind of cool purple, it also has this, when you get enough green in it, it just gets this sparkle to it that, these two fight so well together with. Okay. So we got some darks. Got some warms. Got something. I do need a couple more warmer colors here. Greens. I'm thinking of yeah, I'm gonna go with cad orange and phthalo green mixes. Maybe a cad red too, but let's see what hope. So just a mid-tone. This is more should be on the orange side, but as you can tell, it took over. But it can get into these trees pretty easy. I will probably have to pull out some blue. Now I'm thinking about the sky. I just saw this. Remind myself, oh shoot, the sky. I'm gonna add some more orange to that. Keep this a little bit more on the green side. Okay, that's on the green side.
What are you doing? What do you have?
Okay, now we're gonna go. I go cad red, but I don't think I need cad red. I'm gonna go cad yellow and green. I'm gonna go down here with it too. It's no reason to have there. This is the grass color. I mean, we're gonna have a lot of grass, as you can tell. This is a good day glow color. This is a glow in the. You're doing night lights and stuff. Yeah, this would be great. Okay, so that is really powerful green. Not at all in here, right? Okay, but we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Well, we're on. I'm gonna do a second piece where I'm gonna put a little more yellow into it. Start to get that area. We're gonna leave those really bright and like that, really ugly greens for now. Then we're gonna go back up here to the top here and split these piles. These are the blue and oxide or transparent oxide. This is blue and oxide light, red light. This is alizarin and phthalo green. And even these guys. Let's see what these guys do. I might get lucky. Who knows? These might work right away. I still got to come up with the sky yet. Which the sky is going to go into the birds, going to go into everything. So it's no big deal. A lot of these things might come out of themselves here too. So I'm going for a value. I don't know if I put the value thing on your guys' thing this time, but probably around 7 again. Usually a 7. Right about there. So that's the one on the blue side. This is supposed to be kind of more down the middle. And then this one's going to be on the brown oxide side. Oh, I was right. So that'll be in there underneath the little places. You know, it's more like an underpainting type thing. This one is blue and oxide red light. So you can see what the difference happens here. You can see the coolness of the oxide red light against the warmth of the transparent oxide red. So transparent oxide red light. You'll find it in some of the dark parts of that bird. Now we're going with the phthalo and the alizarin. Boy, good strong colors. Did not even, that white did not even move it. This is on the alizarin side, so you can see a lot of red into it. And then this is on the green side. That's much better. Gonna take a little bit more white to this alizarin. Good. Feels better. A little dark yet, but that's okay. I need a. These guys can be dark. That's okay. These guys are pretty close. They're just going to go to. I'm going to take the greens to like a 5. They're just adding just a little bit of white to them. They don't have to have that much. That'll help pretty much do the trees in the background.
The real purpley one in the middle, what is that, Jim? Because I'm not getting it.
This one,
Yeah.
that's alizarin and phthalo green.
Okay.
A lot more alizarin in, a lot of alizarin in it. I'm gonna add just a touch more white to that. I was thinking that could get, that's gonna be this color here. Be up close and personal to us. You get all the way in here. This can work, start to work. Maybe I'll add some yellows to that. But I got these guys over here. Okay. These greens are pretty horrible. So if we did have some purple, like phthalo green and left over here with just a little white into it, and you bring that in here and you kill this color, like using the opposite of the color wheel, purples and phthalos and the greens. Well, they're complementary colors, aren't they? Not really. So all of a sudden that gets in here. See more purple. That's, boy, that didn't look like it was going to need more purple. I think it's got to be lightened too. So I'm going to go purple on that one. So I added purple to that one. This one I'm going to add some cad orange to and white. I just want to gray it out. I don't want it. Oh, I still want to lift it up and stuff. I think I can get it in here. But maybe I'm going to have to use some real cad orange into it. Get it there, yeah. Maybe some yellow too. Let's just add, oops, that was a little much. Well, that'll work though. Okay, I did have to overdo it with the cad orange. Okay, these colors, since they're going to be in these sections here, let's, you do need a little bit of, some extra colors for you're not painting it all with one color. So we're going to take these kind of a big green pile here. I got some of that stuff there working. This stuff is probably going to be fitting into the bottom of the painting, and I was going to fit it up back in here, but I think that one's probably closer. So this is, I'm just going to add some white.
What's going to go in whatever is that, whatever size we make it, that stripe in the back just below the fence?
What is going to go there?
Yeah, because it looks so, like what you just killed, to be honest.
This color?
Yeah.
I'm not done with that. That's just a basic pile.
Okay.
I'm doing what I'm doing here. I'm just going to split these piles up a little bit and come up with some other colors. And I just took this color all the way down, and you can see it just misses. It's just a little too light. But it could go with some blue, but I'm going to go over steel up here and steal a little bit of blue. And what is that? Oxide to gray it out and get it to the right color. Pretty close. I'm going to steal a darker part of it. I want it a little bit darker. So that's what you usually do. I do is just, I'm going to be stealing these guys. I made up to take these basic colors here and just work them a little bit more. Definitely need some reds back down here, some purples and reds. That one I used that. Maybe I'll come back over here and use some oxide red light into this purple green. And that's going to work wonderful up front. Okay. Okay, this color. This is going to be my bright yellow greens. It's just a basic color right now. It needs to have, so I'm going to split it into a few piles. One I'm going to probably add, since I killed it, I'll add some more yellow to it. Yellow, look at, as you can see, that did not do anything to it. It's going to need some white to clean it up. So I'm going to add some white to it. Brighten it up a little bit more. A little close, no cigar. Getting closer. Okay, but I'm going to leave it there for now. This one, alizarin into it. I'm going to put a little bit of alizarin into it. Just a hair of alizarin into it. Now we'll get the orange out of it, into it. Make it start being more orangey. A touch more. It's just not moving anywhere. There we go. Kind of a burnt orange. Now that I can use a lot of places. It can come up front too. It can go back there. So I got two warm ones. I want to use. I'm going to put some blue in this last one. I got two warm ones. Let's just do a kind of a. Oops, wrong one. Blue. It has a little phthalo in it. See where that fits. That can get in there too, but I'm going to go to the blue side a little bit heavier. Just to have some green, some things to play with. It starts to get that tree here pretty well. Okay. That's just some things I put, work with. I'm pretty happy with. This is a nice, real solid color too. I can get it in here slightly warmer. So if I keep this one on the cool side, I can put that in the back of this shape, this big green shape back here. I'll start with the cool in the back, and this is warmer. I'll put that on the front end. That will give me, that will flatten that spot down. Sky. I'm going to go back here and steal the blue side of this oxide white and oxide red and blue. We'll start there. And if you have some, looks like I got a little yellow in it too. Now I'm going to go back and steal the last of my blue here. That should get me into that. Just a little light, so I'm going to steal it up here. And that will start me on That's pretty good. Might still just a touch more. I might put just a touch of more blue if I can get it more. Yeah, I could reach down to less than a foot away and grab some paint. What fun is that? It makes me think. It makes me do go to a different direction. All right. So now all we need is the colors for our hen here. Definitely you're going to see a little bit of this in there. I would take a piece of this. This is blue and oxide over here. Take the oxides and bring those guys down. We're going to high key these guys up. Definitely any cool phthalo colors. If you got any phthalo colors, definitely want to bring these guys down, a piece of them. And that should do it. Then just take these guys, takes these guys up to values of probably 3s, maybe into 2s at the most. Not too much. So I'm going to add white to each one of these guys. Got yellow coming into my white right here. So I'm going to put that in my yellow area. And take these guys to about a 2, maybe 3s. Keep them at 2s or 3s. Pretty much right there.
What is that one, please, Jim?
I have no idea. This is oxide. This is transparent oxide in blue. On the transparent oxide side, I took a piece of it over here and brought it down here and just added white to it. These also are oxides, blues and oxides. The other 2 I have down in here, over here. And I just want to lighten those guys up because I think I can get them into this bird. Lighten them up to about, again, 2s, 3s, right in that area be good. Nice pile of it. And this is the gray version. This might end up being a lot of this bird into a lot of areas here. You can see it in the nice transition colors in between warms and cools. So that's what grays do for you. Nice transitions. Back here, of course, the last things here, we've got these purples. I got a few purples up there I should be doing too a little bit. But these guys are pretty, these are a little bit cooler than the other ones.
What are we mixing?
These are alizarin and phthalos with white to about a number 3 is going to end up probably being saying, because I don't want to get them too washed out. And I want to be able to put them into the shadowy areas of these guys. They're going really nice. And these are just the greens up there. I see some of these highlights, some greens going around these birds. So I just thought, hey, just take these guys up. Always good to have them in your paint palette. That warmth there, I could take that up a little bit higher. It'll be sort of like my warm yellow I'm going to be using. That's not bad. Take these guys too, because these guys are interesting. Take these guys up. This is the yellow, white. Figure I can get a few spots maybe in this guy. Might go back in here. And that should do it. I'll go over the colors again real quick. So we got the cream start to come in here. Oh, red. One last thing. I got one spot left here. Definitely alizarin. Do a couple reds. Alizarin and cad red together. We try to get that color. Probably right down the middle, looks like. I'll probably add some white to it too, and maybe just a touch of green. Okay, well, let's do a couple grayed, kind of a grayed out red. So oxide red and cad red. And when we add just a touch of white to these colors, they should get us a little bit. And like, and if I have to cool them off, I would just be using probably alizarin or some blue. This is oxide, and that starts to get in there really good. It might be just a little warm. That's where I said this one might help out. Might help out. And, you know, we might need a couple more reds, but try not to do too many. Might, yeah, definitely might take one of these colors. And at the end, when I try to get some things, I might take a piece of this red here and just add some cad orange to it, just to get the feel of light coming through this area here. So just add some cad orange to it. Maybe just a touch more cad yellow, cad red to it too, light. Just to keep it really thin, and you can put that down and then work this in and try to get some light around that face. You know, backlighting going through there. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so colors. We start off with blue and transparent oxide red. Mixed them up, took them to about 7 values. This one's on the blue side. This one's straight down the middle, pretty good mix of both. So you get a nice gray. This is on the brown side. So you got a nice brown out of it. Then we took them over here and added a bunch of white to them. So I got them probably near a value of 2 or 3-ish on my scale. Blue and oxide red light. Now here you can see how cool these two colors are compared to the transparent oxide red. So then you add white to them about to 7. Took them over. Did not take them over here. I used it here in the sky. So just a bunch of white. So I'll be able to use that still within the bird because it's in the bird a lot because the white bird reflecting the sky. This is phthalo green and alizarin together. It's on the alizarin side. This is the phthalo green side with on at around 7s, maybe 8s. Cad orange and phthalo green. A lot of cad orange. Still a lot of cad orange and phthalo green. Bring them down with white. Then over here we start off just phthalo green and cad yellow. Really intense, you know, day glow green we had. Then I added some purple, probably coming from the phthalo green and alizarin. Brought that over, mixed it together. Then we took, so I grayed that down. This one I took and I used something else. I used oxide red, warmer red gray. I killed it. I heard somebody said I killed it. I killed the color. So yeah, 2 seconds. Sorry. Over here, then we took here we added some white to it. Then a little bit of blue. I think I added some blue to it too. Here I added some purple to it, alizarin to it. Gray it out. I just feel I needed some gray colors down in here too. Then some of the brighter ones. We started off with this one, with just the phthalo and yellow side, really more on the yellow side. Just a little bit of oxide red light into it. Then we took it and I built it up with some white, added just a little more yellow to it. Over here I added orange to it, and over here I added blue to it. And these guys will work together. Down here, and I took these guys over here and added some white to it. So that pretty much took all these guys. Over here, the fade, I started off with alizarin and cad red mix with, then I added white. Here we started off with oxide red light and cad orange, or cad red. Maybe it looks like cad red, I don't see orange here. Then added some white to it. So we got a little bit of fighting for the head of the chicken here. And then over here, I just wanted some cad red and some cad orange mix, or some fine lights for the chicken, make the chicken pop.
Jim,
Yeah. What was the first color again?
sorry, no, sorry, this last series of reds.
No way.
Can you just repeat that? I didn't get caught up in my notes.
$50.
Oh,
Okay.
boo hiss.
Okay, no, these reds here, very simple, alizarin and cad red light.
Had red.
Cad
Okay,
red light
okay,
and alizarin for this color. Then I took it,
Yep.
I brought down, added a little bit of white, made this kind of
Okay.
this a little pinky, warm pinkier color. Here I use oxide red light and cad red, and then brought down some white, so you get to a little
Okay.
bit warmer pink. And then over here, I wanted just some richness to come around the side of the chicken, and so it was just cad red light and some cad orange mixed together.
okay, thank you.
No worries. Any other questions? All right, let's get busy. I spent all day doing that. You know, a simple painting, and I make it complicated.
Right.
You know, I could have just done it with, you could be done by now. You know, you should be done by now. I just like, oh. Anyway, I'm going to bring this in close as I can. There we go. A little bit more. Something like that. I've got to have room to get my feet in here. So can't come over that way. All right. Be right about there. Okay. So I had oxide red light out. And that's what I was thinking about painting with, or doing this under painting with. I figured that's going to help, you know, kill some of the color too. I'm going to go with my big brush and tone it in there. Sky, you know, if you keep the strength of it down in the bottom, in your down in here, you'll be good. And then just keep it really light at the top, maybe just a little darker at the top of the painting, right up here at the edge and the outsides. There you go, laid out. What do you think? A good drawing? I think I can go with that. Yeah, that's I can see all the chickens in there. Just kidding. You guys don't laugh at my jokes anymore. I can't believe it.
Most of us are on mute.
Oh, good. Man, that's what I should do. I should mute you all. Anyway. Just light it up a little bit, but I can light, there you go. So I can get about the right tone, even with a thing. That'll help. Just things like that to help judge color, values and stuff. Did go a little dark down here. That's okay. This red should also tie it all together, help tie it all together, I think. All right, big chicken. Make sure you get him in there right? We want to make, I think this, we know about where this is going to go. The light's going to, like I said, going to transfer in here just a little bit sharper, and cut back. I have a tree line here, just the tree coming in here like that, and forcing this back. So light here, okay. Chicken's head, chicken, that right about there. Just don't give it a little bit of room on the side. Tight, keep it kind of tight, but not too tight. And again, they come down into a V almost. You can come over here. So yeah, so this width here and into his chest. And over here is going to be just a little bit more room there than on this side. Which is what I have. Okay, other chickens back in here. Definitely, if I was going to play this, especially this guy's tail, if you're going to keep it there, make sure it goes behind this one. Even just make sure you have this one cheated over enough. This tail here goes back. It doesn't have to even go out that much. Just make sure it shoots back there. I don't like the crossing swords though either. I don't want to cross swords, but okay. And then we have the other ones back in here. This wheel, and then we'll put in a couple chickens in the back. This one a little bit big. Chicken there. Chicken's farther back, so line that up with that chicken there. Go here. Okay, I should need to get in front for a second. Just to get this chicken head a little bit, or I can get it up high enough. Just a hair small. Trick. This comes down, it comes around here into the breast, comes out, good feathers coming laying down. The legs are not quite that thick, but I'm really just seeing where the bulges are, where all you know, how they, that chest rolls out a little bit here and kind of comes down into the breast, air wing comes over there, and the belly bounces out a little bit and then into the leg, just comes out a little bit. Little feathers in the back end, by the foot inside the area here. Probably doesn't have to go that quite that far. That's it. And these guys are just nice dark shapes that are just going to help push the white bird up front. You want to get a head, put the head in there, you can. It's in there. Okay. Let's maybe pull out some highlights. Not much else there. Start to feel what the body of it's going to look like. Oh. All right. Let's start off with our darks. Start off with blue and oxide, transparent oxide. That's a warm color here. Definitely could see some of that in this neck of this dark bird. A little bit of that there. In the back of this guy, definitely back in here, you got a little more. Into his head. The blue side, definitely on the blue side, you can start to see the back end in your hat and this guy. Gonna throw a little bit into this chicken too. Not too much, but just a little bit of that dark. We'll come back and do a little bit more on the ground here too. This gray, this red oxide red light, or transparent oxide red, and phthalo green, or this is blue, sorry. Together. Just get these guys together. Definitely getting a little bit of in the foreground here at the very bottom of the painting. Getting a little bit of more, some of these darks, you know, right in here will be good because of they'll bring up some contrast, give us the grass in your face a little bit better. So the bottom of the painting, just a little bit, you know, we still got greens put in there, but I just want to get this warmth at the bottom and then cool it off as I go back. So as I go back, I'm going to switch over to the blue and oxide red light. It's more of a blue. Work that in. It's really light. I'm not like being real heavy with it either. I'm going to use this color. This is again blue and oxide red light. Yeah, we'll use it back in here. That mountain back there, there's that hill. It's going to be a cooler, lighter purple, but I'm just getting the dark in first, and then I'm going to lighten it up. Ooh, I took it kind of a little far. Did take it too far. Okay, get rid of that. All right, that's good enough for that. Put in that guy later. I want to put in this tree now. At least with this blue. This is oxide blue and blue. Just going to give it in the darks like this. Is going to give it the basic shape. You know, just basically that shape, real quick, and then we'll use the other colors to lighten it up. Okay. That's just for that. Now let's see. Now we'll bring it down and let me just clean out my brush here a little bit. You know, I want to get a little bit of this. This is that again, blue and oxide red light. Just start to get a little bit of the shadow in here. I'm putting in pretty light too. I'm not putting in very strong, but I just, even though when I'm coming back with probably a stronger version of this, but or with white at least cut down. I always like to have this in here too, because it makes a lot of because it's so thin without white, it makes transparent values and streaks in here, which
What
are
color is that, Jim?
that is blue and the oxide red light on the blue side. And what I'm hoping to do that some of these transparencies will come through here, and I'll be able to use some of them. The rest. Okay, this is the red side. That might be just a touch red too. I might be able to put it into his face though, just to put some warmth in it. Just give me a marking for now. And then I'll dig it out later. I'm gonna go back to these dark guys. Definitely could use some more blues and purples in these guys. I didn't really put any of the purple in here. This is back to the blue side of that oxide and blue together. And I can see this really down here at the base of this bird. Coming through here. Going to help me turn this bird with warms and cools. That should be nice. You never know. This could be just a totally different bird right here. I don't know. I don't blow anything up too much at this point on the screen to look. I think it's more important to paint and react at this point, and then figure it out later if you were how far you're off. Because that kind of stuff just kind of seems like it slows you down. And that just can suck the energy out of a painting. So, okay, there we go. And then this guy back in here, yeah, he's just going to be a little bit of that. He's not going to have, he's just going to be more of a transition type of shape of the bird, which will help some of the other birds when we get there. One straight line, that's where some fence lines. I'm not sure if I'm going to put in the fence. At least not as heavy as it is, maybe. It's just too heavy back there. There's at least not all the way. I mean, I'll just grab a side, put some things in. I think that'll probably work better. Okay, that's the oxides are done. Now I'm coming into the really darks, alizarin and phthalo green here. Again, alizarin and phthalo. Again, getting that into these darks, and letting these two work off each other. You're gonna get some really pretty things going on. So let's use more alizarin in this front bird. Phthalo and alizarin on the alizarin side. We'll use a little more alizarin in this front bird because that'll help pop it forward because it's just a little bit darker. And in the back one, I go with a little more phthalo. The phthalo side back here, it's mostly in this wing here, the tail feathers here a little bit. And like I think most of these colors probably won't even show up till like we hit with white. Get some light colors in here. But that's okay. All right. Let me stop there. Well, I got to get some of this. I'm going to go with this little bit of phthalo and alizarin. Gonna wash this down. So I'm going to use just a little bit of oil in my color. Just thin this paint out a little bit, but not too much that it's going to run. I want to get a little bit of phthalo into this bird's neck here, into the front area of this bird. So those is about it. I mean, I got the greens. We'll go through the greens real quick. And what I'm going to try and do now is paint the background really quickly, where we can spend time on the birds. I'm going to put in a little bit more phthalo, a little bit more phthalo in this color in here, and these darks in between the birds. I got a lot of yellow greens that are going to come in here, and I don't want them to just, party by themselves. I want to have them play with these guys here too a little bit. Bring some of that color in around the outsides and more in right here, this one spot right here by his foot. A nice dark right there that I'd like to keep really dark. Maybe over a little bit behind here too. I'll get those darks in. There's a little patch there. We got that pretty good taken care of. I'm gonna have to count every grass that goes in here too. So I should gotta make a list of all the grasses. Yeah. Thank you. At least somebody laughed. The rest of you guys, where were you?
Sleeping.
They were just thinking, this is getting so boring. This is a boring one. Yes. Boring at this point. I'm just going to darken in this side of this too. This is phthalo and alizarin, so put this on the green side. And I just want to bring it just a little bit darker, anticipating how this other these greens and stuff are going to walk in here now. And I want to get right here between his neck and stuff too, because I have a bright yellow kind of green some sun coming through here on this grass here, hitting this grass. So I want some coolness in between the spots. So that's why I'm pushing up the phthalo green part of this. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing. Keep it a little chunky and stuff like that too. Okay. I'm just gonna thin this out a little bit. All right. All right. Before I go into the yellow greens and stuff like that, all the greens into my brush, I'm just gonna paint in some of the cools. Well, I'm going to put in the sky real quick. Let's see, we got that. Go just a hair lighter. A we'll see. Oops. So I got a little bit of that in there. Since I got that, I might think about a few spots on the bird here, maybe on his neck here. Bring in before I said I was going to paint the background, but I'm just going to do a little bit of everything here as I go. Bringing in some of that sky, just put into the white bird. More in the cool shadow sides. You can see it, mixing in here a little bit. I just do this because of colors on my brush. This guy's just is a big chunk of color, and it won't hurt to get this in there because basically it's all mid values now going to be going into that guy. And this back bird, just a little bit of sky on his butt area right above his tails, right below his tail for the highlight, and that's it. I mean, really just that and a little line above his thing. So I'm just too early for everything else, but these guys, there's nothing huge around them. It's okay to get it out of my brush, get that color done, get it in there. Start to turn the painting a little bit. All right, now I clean my brush out. Now we'll go back to midtones. And we'll start with I'm gonna start with the greens and blues and purples. Mostly blues first. Blue and alizarin. I mean, no, this is blue and oxide red light, and blue on the blue side. That's what I was thinking was going to happen in here. Should be blue back over here. I want to keep it blue on the blue side here, over on when it gets close to the sun.
Sorry, Jim, I missed that entirely. What have you just overlaid on those mountains?
I am putting oxide red light and blue with at number 7.
Right.
And what I was doing here is just putting.
So that looks like a gray.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
it's a purple gray.
Purple gray, exactly.
Purple gray, and I'm putting the red side on one side of this tree over here, and in the back side, I'm going to the blue side. So just use I'll just use a little bit of blue on this side just to break it up, but mostly red on that side because that's where the sun warmth is really hitting it. Back over here, it's not hitting it quite as much. Okay. big tree I'm not gonna do anything with. So that, and now I've got to go to my midtones, look for the, you're gonna find a few of these colors probably on this front bird. I like this one spot there, but that's gonna be, I want that in green. But on the back end here, I can put this in blue. So this is oxide light and what a same color I used right here, coming up here and putting it in this really dark area. Basically as the drawing line for this bird here is back back of him stuff, just that little rim light of coolness there. And if I bring it in, I'm going to bring it in really kind of gentle into his neck here like that. Simple little push strokes. I'm going to leave the rest alone because I want to do that in phthalo. I'm going to go to the red side and do the back tail of this guy. That'll help separate these guys out because they're going to be probably kind of close in value and stuff together. So sometimes just really cheat pushing the red on one side over here more than that on this other bird will help. Mess that up. Just bringing this one back together a little bit. This is the phthalo and alizarin on the phthalo side. That's what I was saying I wanted to put right in here, just because I know this color just will jump forward really well in the painting and give a dead area like this a lot of life. And then just use it for a few of these other ideas of feathers. You just see a little tips of them just kind of in this area. Get a lot of green and kind of like a pheasant, you know. Pheasants have that a lot of color in them too. So when they're black like this, they do get a lot. Back in here too, I'm going to put the more phthalo color into his back area there. It's really a girl, so I shouldn't be saying that. I'm going to switch over to a little bit more purple side of it. For this guy or this girl. That was really good. That's really nice. And just a little bit of light purple. And this girl, maybe just start to see it. Okay. Got that. Well, that's not bad there. Let's get to some greens. That should get us going pretty quick. Like I said, I'm going to go with a little bit stronger greens in the front here. And then see how we do here. This is the one where we start off with phthalo green and cad yellow. And I add some purple to it. I want to see how this adds in here. This I should be putting in with a bristle brush. But I am putting it in with a synthetic very gently. So I will have to switch over. I just want to get all this paint on it.
So sorry, these are your coolest or your darkest?
These are my darkest greens.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting with my darkest greens up front.
Right.
And they are a little cool on the cooler side, but they're going to have a lot of warmth on the back side. And they should be mixing in with some of these warmer browns we put in here. Thing is, when I put them in, I don't want to lose my dark areas too much. I want to keep those as much as I can. So that's why I switched to a bristle, because I was hoping to be able to just do a couple lines and drag enough paint through an area that will give you the same idea. And I'll just be able to start using this to get a little bit better shape on the bird. Okay. As I'm going back here and stuff, it's definitely going to warm it up, especially these spots right here. It's lighter, right around where that light is coming through there. But I'm not jumping at it too far. Just want to warm it up a little bit, and then I can come back and saw a stroke in here. Hopefully get a grass light line out of it. There we go. Try not to get rid of all that beautiful brown I put in there. Okay, so I started warming it up, going back in here. Now I'm gonna, let's see where this goes. This is that phthalo and cad orange mix. I start seeing it going right into here, coming up and mixing in with the warm a little bit. I put in the warm, I'd say warm, and not warm green. I put in right in here because there's more yellow in it. So working that into a piece of it. If I can run it kind of cleanly like that, that's a good, those are good. That's good to get a good clean mark here and just kind of cut these tails out a little bit. And then from there, I'm just gonna softly just, gray it out a little bit to the line. And then I'm gonna come back and darken it in with a little bit of warmth. Right against where I'm gonna put the I'm just running a little cooler version right here at the farther back, very back. Since I got this all messed up, my brush is kind of getting yellows and greens. I'm gonna go the really hot yellow green I made up here. Made up because I'm gonna put it in here in the sunlight into the birds right in here. Now this is the version where I added just a little white to it. Putting that on back in here. Also, this line here, I'm going to break it a little bit to slow it down because it does go back a little fast. So what I'm mean by breaking is just creating a shadow type thing right in here. Might need a little bit more light right in here about this, where that head is. Okay. I'm going to take this pretty much almost all the way back to the tree line back there. I'm going to come back with a little bit of warm and greens and stuff and just spot this in here a little bit. Since I got this color on my brush, I'm going to go right to some cooler greens again. Maybe we put in these trees. least the shadow. This green I'm using here is the one I added blue to it. That one color. I add lizard to it. I don't know. I am also moving it just slightly off center too. And this one too up here over here. Come off there. That was my crystal. Now I just go back to that yellow white. Well, not yellow white, but it's a bright yellow green we use down in here, and just come back and hit the highlights on this tree. By the time I get over to this other one, my highlight should be just a slightly different green than what I had over there. No one's gonna know. Okay. Couple scratches. Oh, it's a little cool. Try this green. This is the green I used down in here. Thinking about it. Yeah, it's good for the what trees back there. Just the highlights of them. Just want to get the very hot tips of them. Leave the bottom shape. Just get top of the tree. That's all you have to do. Give a little room in between each stroke. Yeah, these trees probably don't need too much love just because they're not really a big player in the back here. They're just here. Move everything down a little bit. All right. All right, now I got that bristle brush. I got a lot of green in it, which is good. That's what we're going to need on this last part of this guy. Some of these greens. We're going to use this cad orange and phthalo green mix on the cad orange side. Get it into this these feathers on this underlaying of this bird. So this is without the white area. It sort of has white in here, but I use that collecting a lot of the grass in this area here. So probably put a little bit, maybe just a little bit into his neck here, front neck on the front side, and keep the back side a little cooler. My cooler is more in the blues and purples and phthalo green sides. A little heavy, Emily. I think that's just a little bit too much yellow green right on the chest here. It's gonna be hard to. It's just a little too heavy. I'm going to come back now. This is that. What color we started with? Yellow, phthalo green, and the yellow. And then I took and added white and all the purples, and then I added red to it. This is alizarin to it, so it's just a little bit of that, brown line I was going to put back in here with that, but I'm going to use it a little bit into this bird too. It's almost like an ochre. A little bit heavy right at the bottom back. Okay. Good underpainting done. There are some areas that are already starting to figure themselves out. I'm going to switch brushes. I think that has a lot of green in it. Then we'll just start working on the bird. I think with a slightly smaller bristle brush, I can start to. I still want to work a little bit of color in here before I go with the, oral opacity of the white and stuff in it. So I'm going to look for some purples in here. And I'm going to look for this is oxide light and blue on the red side. It's kind of a warm gray purple. I'm going to work that into the top area here, more towards the top of his head here. one point, I'm gonna have to start digging in here and start digging out his head. Right there's about the, think of that's where the crown of the head is, right up there. That's when he gets some purple into the top of his neck there. Go with this. Okay. Fade a little purple on the back edge here. Shadows. Okay, now I'm going to start pulling the brush in the right, hopefully the right directions to finish this guy off. Start to pull this bird together. Really want that one back there. Red in it. Okay. Before I get totally going, I'm going to draw it in a little bit better. Pull out the breast area here where get that relationship to the neck. Probably a hair small on that. That's okay. That'll be easy to fix. All right, so I'm gonna go with, like I said, a smaller bristle brush. Start doing my lighter colors. Basically got my dark ones in. Pretty much gone through everything except for some of these really cool lighter this is blue and transparent oxide with white. It is probably a I think from, like we said, the sevens and stuff. But I saw it going right in here. This area here of this bird. Now, if I just keep going on this bird and doing all the work, it should work out. I mean, I don't have to do too much on this guy. So this is that. Now I'm just painting the creases of these guys back here, and then come back in with the highlight colors. Go. Now this is the brown side of it. Oxide, transparent oxide. And the blue. Definitely going to see it underneath this area here on his head. That warmth. It's kind of an orange. But it's a little white in it, so it's not real potent. Some up around his head there too. No, that's pretty much it now. I know everything else is pretty much going to be highlights coming in. Sorry, somebody came to the door and the dogs are going off. That one feather right here. There back in. Getting some oxide, transparent oxide and glue to do that. Okay. And clean out my brush now that I keep going back and forth. Thinking I just like to make sure everything's set, you know. Yeah, then I'll come back with the greens in the back end and just, you know, get that V right. But there's a lot of different colors in here. Got some reds in the top, and then comes down to a blue and more yellows and greens on the sides here. Now I'm trying to get them all, pull them all together with just these lighter colors. So let's see if this works. I'm gonna start with this color. Right around the top of his head here, the crown. This is came from this warm red, or warm yellow green here. Second. That was a little bright. That could have been more yellow. A touch of red into it too. Okay. That's a little bright. This is a little cool. So I might have taken the colors up just a little too high. I'm gonna dirty them down a little bit. So now I'm just gonna work around him a little bit. Just basically follow.
Is that a bristle brush?
Yes, ma'am. That's a bristle brush.
Okay, thank you.
Using the bristle brush. You should have one. You should try that one he bought in Toulouse.
I've used those a lot, and they're still alive.
There you go. Hey,
That was a bargain.
bristles are bristles. You know, you can spend a lot of money on them, but you're gonna beat them up the same. Okay, this is just a touch. There we go. So I'm gonna come back here and try and do this. Front of his head. Just a touch. Just a touch light. And cool. Let me see if this works. Going to a let's see that. Yeah, it'll work. Now what I'm doing is just following what I see the lines in these guys, just following them down and just going over and trying to leave enough in between strokes that you will make up some of the streaks and stuff and start to lighten up the bird. Just got a little heavy. I went just a little too heavy with it, too early. But all right. Big wing. The wing is just really just going to take this thing and just, rotate the brush around as I come down. Try to leave as much on there as possible. The colors I'm using right now, I'm just mixing them up a little bit darker. They probably should be at 3s, and I kind of made them at 2s. That's okay. So this is kind of a pink. This highlight. Lay it down and just. Just a hair brighter, but I'm gonna do that with the next one. Thing I like about a bristle at this point is just because of the pressure I can put on it, I can put a gob of paint, heavily into it, or I can just put a little, blend them with a softer stroke. That's about it. That's the tough part right there. Was the tough part. Just keep going and pulling it together. Get the back of this. Now this is a nice hot spot right here on this back part of his tail. Definitely just a straight across kind of stroke. A little more yellow in it than anything else. Like that really helps. I can work that yellow down into the other strokes I have down in here. That should help. That should be good. Sounds good. I like that. Finally, I like something. Like I said, a little bit more pink for the top one. At this point, my paint should be picking up a lot of these other colors. Got to tighten those two together and that'll be good. I'm just coming back in with that yellow and white I made up. Just picking out little areas on the chest and the thing, because I got a lot of the color went in here. Kind of went in a little cool. So yellow. Yeah, right there. Much better. Break this up. I think sometimes it just takes a while to get there. Some pink in the back of the head, and then we can start working on his face a little bit. All right, now that's it for that brush. Now I'm just gonna go with a synthetic, small, kind of medium-sized synthetic, and put in his face. This is probably like a 4. This is 6. 6. Okay. I'm gonna go with a deader red. I'm gonna go with the oxide and cad red one first, because it's just a little bit of a deader red. I can most of this stuff is dead. And connect his beak. Back here to his eye. That's almost not even, this is almost too red too. Let me see what I got here. Almost works right here. It's really bright. Bad, really. I mean, what happened is, even those rough colors I put in there, I stuffed them in there. They just seemed like they did a decent job of mixing in. It did not work on his mouth too much, but I'm going to be using this blue and the oxide red, the oxide red side for, a lot of this shadow areas up here. Get it a little dark in there, get a little more dark. And some of those reds there. Then I'll deaden them up. In the right spot would be good. Okay. I'm going to go with a little bit smaller one. This is a bad, my bristle, or synthetic there is Yine. So just a little wore out. I'm going to use a little bit thinner one here. Try mid-tone. This is just a little. I'm going to get underneath his eye and do the red areas here. Yeah, that's almost too bright. When it's too bright like that, look for like a green to put in there to gray it out, or a purple. In your color and stuff, it'll just gray it out. Got plenty of greens. All I'm doing is just getting the area for Zybal ready. That's not bad. That was a good stroke. It's just too light value there. Let's gray out some of these reds a little bit more. I need a yellow, green, yellow, white. For his beak here to come out a little bit more. And on the orange side for the bottom part. Some more orange into it. Mm. That's about it for now. That's too white. I was white. No color. Too white. All I gotta do is get a bit of green. Out this mouth a little bit. Yeah, that's about it. Really, I mean, everything else is just going to be knife work. You know, going back in and putting in a few grasses. When I do that with a knife too, I want to make sure I'm not doing the same stroke over and over again. And I'm kind of, putting this in and just haphazardly kind of going through it a little bit really quickly, though. I'm not trying to let the, overworking areas either. So I'm just putting it in and it's pulling it up to see if there's anything else there in that area I can do. Make sure I'm not putting too many of the same marks exactly together. So it's just like grass, it's kind of just a little bit different stroke all the time. Yeah.
Who said that chickens were easy?
I don't know. Who was that person? Those, we should lock them up. You know, I've, yeah. When you're got one with attitude, it's tough to, get that across sometimes. All right. Last little thing. It's always will be to bring some air into this thing, get some finger work in here. Soften a couple edges back in here. And that'll do it. You ready to show me what you got? I'm gonna bring you guys in on this one a little quick. And it still has some air stuff to put in it. So but you guys know what that is by now. That's sort of what the chicken's looking like. You can start to see all the colors that I had in there. And then when you put in the overlays, you start to pull it all together, and you just don't want to work it too hard so you get rid of all the colors you put underneath there, or you don't create mud. You don't want a lot of blending. You want that's why I use the bristle, because I want those things to that paint to lay on top and not and show through the other stuff. These guys just a bunch of not much of anything. I'll probably got to make something there happen. Did not put in the little chickens in the back though either. The back top, yeah, still needs work back there. Still some design stuff to do, but let's get see it. Went a little bit longer than I thought it was going to go on that. So Lynette, let's see what you have.
I'm ready.
She's about falling asleep, so we're going to get to Lynette right now.
I did touch up the other painting that I was working on for my friend, but I don't even know that it's worth giving to her. It's about her. It's her little girl, really.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So
I think that's definitely something you can keep working on. I think yeah.
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 So.
You got put those strokes in like you mean it.
Right.
Now we can put some of this chicken in there.
Yeah.
Let's see what you. Yeah, that's good though. I like it's a good start. It's blocked in.
Yeah, there's a lot more to do on it than I thought there would be. So
yeah, that's the way it goes, right? Especially with those things.
But it's all about the little girl. So
yeah. So a lot of times even the chickens back there can be more indicational.
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a highlight, the perfect highlight on them can make a dead looking chicken look really cool just by putting a great highlight on it.
Yeah,
So you always got more chances to make it work.
that's true.
So you're doing well. You're doing well. You got get the girl to read, make sure her skin's not too pasty, and you'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep trying on that one and then this one.
Yeah, your chickens, good background. You got some good depth. You listened well. You did well on that. You got, from the worms in the front, the dark worms, to coolers, to the yellow greens, because those yellow greens can always just pop forward so much, in front of everything. So keeping them at bay there, it worked out real well. Yeah. And then you did try putting a chicken in the back there.
Yeah, poorly, but
Started.
I can really, there's more to do here.
Yeah. That little V technique, and making a V and then putting the wing in, and then you put the back tail in, and then you put the head in.
Yeah.
And just a scratch for a foot and the shadow. The shadow is one of the things that really keep them, grounded. So
That's true.
I like your dark bird really well on the sides. Those are some real good colors in there, and they really shine. Nice job on that. And your big bird is good, coming together really nice. Probably just a little heavy on the round. Probably could come down a little bit more to a V at the bottom, a little bit more length on them, just in the body.
All right.
And then, basically where you have the back foot, bring it down to, and then then re-put the feet in. The head, the head colors are starting to work pretty well. Good job though. Otherwise,
Okay, I think it's a start.
it's a great start. It's a really good start.
Thank you.
Okay,
Fun. Thank you.
Kathleen. Let's see what Kathleen's up to. And then we'll go to Kim. And then I got Linda, Lisa, Lori, and Mike made it. Oh, wow.
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 Well, he needs a lot, but he's kind of colorful.
I know he leads a lot, but you got some nice, strong stuff in there. You got juicy paint going in there, and you're putting it. Yeah, you're putting it in there like you mean it too. I mean, that's really good and strong. I love the darks behind him. Really making that guy pop.
Well, thank you. I'm just trying to follow you, so I don't have time to fuss.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's come along really great. I like that. Finish it up, and I can't say too much. I just say, watch. Don't let it get too dirty.
Okay.
And
It's got to get cleaned up a little. I'm a little loose sometimes with it.
yeah, but it's okay to be loose, but when you get to your final colors, your lighter colors and stuff, you got to put those guys in really cleanly. And
Okay.
you can't let them mix too much. They got to be like, they'll be like your frosting
On the cake.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just really pop it. So
Okay.
you're doing well though. Good job.
Well, thank you.
I
I
like
want
the
to get
color.
it done because I want to try your Saturday one. I just loved it.
Okay,
I don't know.
that should be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, James.
No worries. Okay, Kim and Linda.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. Wait, Kim, sorry. There you go. There's Kim.
Oh.
Hang on.
Nice.
Yeah. I did slightly bigger, 9 by 12 today, so I gotta hold it back there
Wow,
for you to
look
see
at
it.
that. You
There we
got a
go.
lot painted really quickly. Yeah, I would say the first thing, watch his tail going up a little too high. In the back, the top feathers, push those guys back in. But other part of the drawing is fine. That's just sticks out. Just and it's kind of like at a straight angle.
Sorry, which part of the tail is too high? The bottom bit or the top bit?
Top bit.
Okay.
Top bit's above the bird's head. It shouldn't
Oh
come
yeah,
up.
I see what you
It
mean. Yeah. Okay.
So that little thing, that will help a lot. And watch the slice of the back tail. Make sure you have a little bit more rounded here and there on that back tail.
Yep.
Okay. Color wise, good job on the color. Colors again pretty strong back there. You still got to lighten that up. I think the yellow, get a little more yellow greens back in the very back. And
in the landscape.
Yeah, in the landscape. And then
Yeah.
work that forward a little bit.
Right.
I think a really nice warmer yellow green around his head will really help that pop out.
Okay.
Pop that red out and good job on the head though. The head, looks as far as I can tell, looks like the red spots are I have no idea what those things are called on the chicken, but I just say they look good. That his head thing looks good and stuff. I just saying always the the beak and stuff. Make sure you don't overpower that in there, so it doesn't just scream too much. Otherwise, feet are in there. The greens are good. The dark greens in front are pretty good. I like the big strokes, good strong stuff. Now just the little tiny scratches will really go great with those big strokes. Don't lose your big strokes. And then little chickens in the back, right?
Yeah, I stuck one in. I have to put some more in.
Lonely chicken back there. Okay.
There'll be like two more.
Two more. Okay. Two more chickens. Okay. That's good though. It's a really great start. I mean, you got a lot done. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Congrats. All right. Let's go to Linda and then Lisa P.
I'm way far behind on his
and
face.
Lori.
Hang on.
You're way far behind. You got it blocked in.
On his face, though. I've got a.
Oh, yeah. The face does take a lot of time. That's going to take, pretty much your yeoman's work there. I mean, it's going to be coming on that face. So, don't worry about that. Yeah, you got all the paint though. You got all the colors. You just got to just push it in and adjust. Push it in and adjust. You'll be fine.
His leg looks sort of out of place, doesn't it?
His leg. You're missing a little bit of the bottom part of the leg. That's why, because you got him a little round at the bottom.
Yeah, I do.
And
Yeah.
So just that little teeny spot, that's where the drumstick is.
Ah, oh yes, of course.
Not
being
the
a
drumstick in
eater.
there. Hey, so that's all you're missing there. Yeah, a little bit darker at the bottom too, a little bit. I think you got a couple light colors down there. So get the darker colors underneath and then come back with those guys. And your birds are nice indication. I think he's coming along. He's going to be nice when you get there.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. That's for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Watch, don't lose your midtones too.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
You're in trouble. She's in trouble, guys. She's really in trouble.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. No, it looks good. It's a good start.
Ooh, wow.
Who's this? Who's this girl? What is that? Is that a person back there?
Look at this one.
What is that?
That's someone in a Halloween costume dressed as a chicken.
That's what I thought.
I know, I fell behind.
That's a San Diego chicken. Come back there, going through. We got to give you crap if you're gonna paint something really good.
He's going away.
It's going away. No, you got some nice things going on. I see you listen to me very good about color, getting the midtones underneath and coming back in with the light and stuff. That's gonna be real nice. Drawing looks solid. Very good again. And I like the way you're putting in the grass. It's nice. You got to have these soft areas, but then you come back in with a few blades of grass, and that's what always just makes everything work so well. Good job. The back layout's nice. I don't know.
A lot of glare on it.
A little bit of glare, but not too bad. It looks a little light. I would say watch the lightness on the chicken as far as you go. I wouldn't go any.
Okay.
I mean, he's at the brightest you can go. You might have to bring back just a little bit of darkness in the here and there.
And his feathers? Yeah, and
Yeah.
his feathers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
missed the
his
really
neck,
dark
his neck went a little light too,
Okay.
just
Yeah,
a
it did.
hair.
Okay.
But that's just being picky because you got to be a little picky to you now. Otherwise, watch your greens being too vibrant. So, what else can I beat you up on? Yeah, you didn't even do the forest back there. You didn't have time to do the forest. You didn't even do that.
Well, I started it.
No,
It's there. It's in the it's in the glare. See it?
Oh God, now I do. Jeez, you
Yeah.
did do it.
It's all in the glare.
Did you put any clouds in the sky?
No.
Okay, all right. So, what is it? Is that really a chicken behind his tail? What is that?
Oops, it is.
Okay, that's the back end of that chicken.
Oh no, this I just got like totally lost. So no, I was just playing. No, I didn't. I did not put the.
I thought it was
big
a woman,
guys in on the right.
That could be a woman in a dress.
I
with a
know.
red
I have to
shirt.
put the big chickens in.
Put a basket in her hand, and you got it made. She's just a mini person compared to a giant chicken.
So yeah, that's going away. Don't worry.
Gotta give you crap about something. That's funny. I like it though. I like it a lot. Okay, we saw Kim. We got Lori coming up. Unless Lori, there's Lori and
Yep.
Mike. We're gonna get Mike in a second now too. Hey, Lori.
Hi.
Wow. Wow. That's a good looking chicken. Look at that. You got some weight on that chest. Good twist there. Wow. Did you paint the same wall? You didn't paint the same picture we did you?
Yeah, I just moved the one guy with the butt over, and then I
Yeah.
added a brown guy behind it.
Yeah. Smart move. That's a smart move. It really pushes that white chicken up all by itself. I mean, it's good job on that. That's a smart move. I could tell everybody, steal that idea.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's riding on his back.
No, you got him
Not
blocked.
at all.
No, yeah, you got him blocked off enough.
Okay.
You got enough. You found that nice little area where you gave him enough that he's he reads and he's they both read and that definitely doesn't ride. Okay, yeah, he's riding his back. Okay, yeah, he is. I want to ruin it for you. Good job on that chicken. I like to see his head a little bit more. You can move into his head a little bit. I want to see how. Okay, yeah, that's a great start. Good, well placed eye, and stuff. I would say just watch. You're probably gonna have to go back in and paint a little bit more midtones into him a little bit. I think
Okay.
he got a little washed out, but it could be the lighting too. So I'm just saying, check on that. Good job on the, just your other. Okay, you can move back now. Your other guys look good. I like the colors you got in your grass too. Got them nice and muted and stuff. Good job on that. And the chickens, I like the way you just handled the chickens. There's a few strokes. Very smart. Good, strong stuff. So what else you want to go with? Where you want to go with it from here?
Well, I have a muddy mess on my palette, so I need to touch up the greens. They're not as
Okay.
muddy as they look on the screen, but they're
Okay. That's a good point. And then, make sure your palette's clean before you go any farther. Your chicken looks like he's moving very well. Good job. He's really on the move. Good job. You painted chickens before.
thank you. No, it was kind of hard with those feathers. I don't know how you got it all nice and feathery.
It bristle brush. But it's just, laying them one piece at a time. Don't try to do don't let your brush go too far, to make, so concentrate on one section of the wing at a time. So you don't get lost, and always leave a little space between each stroke. So that's why the dark colors underneath will help push that, separate things out. But I think you did really well with it. I don't think that's really not really an issue yet. Good job on it. I really love this back tail. Beautiful
Thank you.
job. All right, Lori. Okay, Mike. Hey, there we go. That looks like an Indiana chicken, Mike.
Yeah, I got started a little late, Jim. So
No worries, no worries. Good job. The background's good. I mean, the background you kind of you flew on. That's nice. Uh, the chicken shape is really pretty close. It might be just a little bit wide in the back end, but not by much. And let's see about the head and stuff. It's hard to tell, but there we go. Yeah. Yeah, watch his beak being a little bit too big. I mean, too wide because he becomes a cardinal.
oh
A
yeah.
little bit. So yeah, I think it's really just because he has it open. You gotta, get the green in between his things, and then really when you put in those highlights around the beak, really you have to be simple and clean. That's where all the timing and stuff, everything starts to come at the end. It's just that face is just a little more, tight indications of highlights and things go because there's not a. Well, this one does have a lot of detail in it to put in there, but but it's also tiny, so it has to be really precise. Let's see the back end, pretty good. I think the tail looks a little flat. You got like a straight V going in the background. Probably just tip that just a feather or two in the higher.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I think that'll help that area. Otherwise, really good.
Yeah.
What do you,
Often, so it's fun.
yeah, what are you thinking? What are you thinking else about it?
No, I want to lighten the grass a little bit, and I'm going to let it dry. I think some of the final strokes on the chicken with the feathers go in once it dries up. It's just getting a little slick.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't doubt that. But
I'll let
otherwise, it's
so,
pretty cool. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Anybody? I miss anybody?
Hey, James, do you have a December class coming up?
December class.
Talking
I
about
think.
Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago? Yes, we do have a workshop, in-person workshop, because Lori told me I had to have one at the church on the 13th and 14th of December. That's a Friday and Saturday.
Is that something we can sign up for? Or?
Yeah. I just put it up late last week on the. I don't think I even mentioned anything to you guys yet. So. Yeah, this would be the first time, I had all my Saturday people signed up. So, there's like 1 or 2 spots left. So, no, I only have like 3 people, and they're all in England or on the West Coast. So,
What's gonna be?
Huh?
Like, is it bring old paintings and we can fix them, or is it?
Of course you can. Of course you can bring old paintings. That's fine, and we can fix them. But it's really going to be about some color again. We'll be working on color things and design. And basically, it's just a regular workshop on design and stuff. A little bit.
Fine. Okay.
And it'll be, we'll be doing a fresh painting for those 2 days. So we'll do some warm ups. We'll do some fresh painting, and then if you want to work on something, rework something, that's always good too. If you have time, it'd be 1 or 2 paintings we'll try to get out of there.
All right, great.
Okay. Yeah, you're all welcome to come, except for Lisa. No Lisa. She can't be
I
there.
know,
anyway.
I think we're having a Christmas party that Friday.
Yeah, she's just making this stuff up.
I know.
She's not going to have. I didn't get an invite, so hey, how could she be having one?
Buddy, you're teaching.
Oh, good question. Because I was going to afterwards go out for margaritas for a little Christmas party too.
There you
So
go.
if you guys want to, like on Saturday night for the 14th, we'll go over and have some margarita.
Is it a Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, 2-day thing.
Okay.
So you can bring Jack if you want.
I'll see if I can twist his leg.
All right. Anyway, Well, that and oh yeah, one more time, since everybody. Oh, shoot, where'd it go? Oh no, wait a second. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Don't forget these fabulous one-of-a-kind calendars.
Looks beautiful.
It is. It was a good job. The printer did a good job too, so I was really happy. And also on the back page, you can see all of our trip to Toulouse. There's a lot of weird people in there, though. They were a very strange group this year. So we're hoping to get
So
a bunch
mean.
of new. We're hoping to get a brand new group this next year. Time to go.
Nope.
Hey, where's the South Haven group?
Oh yeah, that's in here too.
Oh, wow.
So we got a little bit of everybody on here. Yeah, it's just a little thing on workshops and stuff I did. So yes, we had fun in South Haven. So who knows what's going to happen here? But thank you guys for joining and everything, and finish these chickens up, finish these big birds up, and we'll take a look at them next week or this week over the week and see if they're done. You know, we'll get your turkey baster out and make sure these guys are. I know it's a chicken turkey baster, didn't work. Okay. Well,
Okay, thank you.
all right, guys.
Good night, you guys.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.